So while a class of students want to celebrate any event in the department, they definitely interact with another class of students. Like IPSW students, you go to EPSW students, and you two do some interactions and come out with a beautiful plan, and you celebrate the occasion. So that is with regard to group interaction. The group to group interaction may not be this simple. One country may be interacting with another country, one sports team interacting with the other sports team. So the scope is very large when coming to group interactions. The group as a whole may be having certain attitudes with regard to the good group living. Okay, so they want to give popularity to the view, and they try to reach out to another group and try to interact with them so as to influence them. So while talking about these three interactions, what are they? One is person to person interaction, second one is person to group or group to person interaction, and the third one is group to group interaction. You might have observed that I am repeatedly using some terms like influencing. Okay, influencing and interacting, these two terms. Another important term in social psychology is social dependence. The whole need for social behavior. Why you try to behave in a social way? Is it there in your genes? Is it innate? Social behavior, is it innate? Definitely not. Just like any other animal, you are born as a biological entity, that's all. So you doesn't have any innate repertoire for social behavior, but you tend to learn how to behave socially. Through the process of socialization, you are made to control your physical urges like hunger, thirst, or excretion, and all these things, sex, anger, aggression, all these things are there when you are born with you. And if at all you are left to express them as you like, you won't be treated as a social being. You will be maybe branded as a criminal. So what happens from the childhood, since you are a month's baby itself, the parents will try to mold your behavior in such a way that you are a social biological neonate will be transformed into a social being. Like your feeding timings or your rest timings, sleeping periods, all these things will be, and also toilet training, all these things will be gradually molded, shaped by using proper incentives like reward and punishments or withdrawal of love and all these things. Parents will try to make you fit into a social group. So why you are so keen to follow your parents? Why you don't show conflict and show aggression and disobedience? Because you are obviously depending upon them for your survival. If at all you doesn't have any dependency, why do you bow your head before others? No, you won't. So because you are depending, there is social dependence. The moment you wake up in the morning and you sleep at night, during the course of the day, you will be depending upon number of persons for your needs. The needs may be physical needs, psychological needs, social needs, any need. So say for example, you depend upon your maid for milkmaid. Okay, you want coffee early in the morning, so you depend upon your maid. You await her arrival and you feel happy if she comes on time. And also if you have a maid, also any help in the house, you will depend on them. And the same way, if your daughter doesn't know how to, if your your brother doesn't know how to make coffee and all, he may depend on you if your mother is not at home. So like this, because you are depending upon others for your various needs, you try to interact. If at all there is no dependency, why you interact with others? Because there is a need for gregariousness. What is need for gregariousness? You might have studied in the first year under motives. Gregariousness is nothing but a need to simply be with others. Okay, if you feel very happy when holidays are announced, you go to your respective houses. So if the holidays are for 1 month, are you happy for the whole 1 month? No. After 1 week or 10 days, you crave for the company of your friends, is it not? So that is the need for gregariousness. So like this, there are number of needs like appreciation, need for appreciation, need for recognition, need for mastery, need for self-assertion. Okay, for all these things, needs you depend on others. Okay, so because you are depending, you try to interact. Okay, so because you need milk, you try to talk with the milkmaid. Because you depend on your father for some money or mother for some money, you try to please them and say, Mama, I want so and so, I want to enjoy with my friends, for that I will help you in some way, I will clean the kitchen today. Like that you may make some arbitrations and try to please them. So this is nothing but interaction, social interaction. And the third one is, so with regard to social influencing. You interact and you understand other person so much to you tend to fix an opinion about them, like they are dependable, they are trustworthy, they are good, they can think in a right way. So whatever they say, you tend to get influenced. Okay, say some, for example, if you like the way your milkmaid serves you milk, after some time she says something about the neighbor, bad about the neighbor, you tend to believe her. It is as simple as that. Okay, so these three are the main things that tend to end up in social behavior. These are the, in nutshell, social behavior is nothing but so interaction of this social dependency, social interaction and social influence. So this is with regard to social behavior in general, the meaning of social behavior. So in this class we have learned not the definitions, apart from definition we have learned what is about generally what is about social psychology, what is the meaning of social psychology, how many types of interactions are there, like person to person, person to group and group to group interactions. And we have tried to link this arrival of the field of social psychology to general psychology, growth of general psychology also. Okay girls, this is something about social introduction to social psychology. So you will go through, I hope you will go through the syllabus once again and also the book, and you be good girls and go through it and make your personal notes. My sincere request to you is to not just read and leave it, but to make a note of it. Okay, all the important points for each essay, like for each topic you make 10 important points. So daily I would like to give a tip to improve your memory. So today's tip is, if you want to really remember or learn an important and tough topic, what you do is you try to read it just before going to sleep in the night. Okay, so just before going to sleep, you try to sit in a lonely place. If at all you cannot have a separate bedroom, you turn your position so that you face the wall and you sit quietly and read. Okay, you study, read and then immediately sleep. Okay, don't go to the TV room and watch TV and talk with others. Okay, so in that way your memory will be enhanced. Okay, bye girls. This is Badrimani madam signing off. Bye bye.